Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia. I'm Douglas. In this video we're going to be ripping into the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel Turtles of Grayskull, the hard-headed Psy Specialist, Raphael. That's right, look at that, it's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. So as of today, you can absolutely pick these up on eBay. You're going to be paying premium prices for them because this is 2 months early, essentially. I don't know where the hell people are getting these from, but I simply just set up a search filter that's searched for Turtles of Grayskull, Raphael, and then the phrase in hand. I was able to get this, and yeah, so this is a really cool opportunity to open this up early and take a really close look at it. I can't wait. It's finally here. We finally have a third Ninja Turtle in the Turtles of Grayskull line. And what's weird about this wave, as we noted with Ram Man, there's 3 antagonists and only 1 protagonist. At least it's a turtle, right? If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Truly helps out the channel. And for those of you who do subscribe to me, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate everything. If you like the content of this video and if you like Raphael, please consider hitting that thumbs up button and drop a comment below letting me know what you think of the Mattel Turtles of Grayskull hard-headed Psy Specialist, Raphael. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. I'm going to catch you after this quick break. Here it is, my friends. Before we dive right in and rip it open, let's take a really close look at this gorgeous packaging. Wait till you see this. I mean, we've seen the card multiple times, but we might as well just look at it again because this is the protagonist card, right? So first we have, at the top left, we have He-Man pre-mutation. Looks awesome. On the top right, we have Leonardo donning that really cool Eternia shell armor. It's kind of bluish color. The only thing that's going to be glossy on this is going to be the Turtles of Grayskull logo. And then we have Raphael, hard-headed Psy Specialist, written in that really cool Mattel Masters of the Universe promotional font that was used like in Sears magazines and on all of the action figures when it showed their name. We have our action figure, looks amazing in this massive bubble. We have this crazy purple and green burst, which is super cool. What an awesome play on that with the ooze. And like the typical burst, like the bricks that's typically red, just looks super duper rad. And then down here we have a clear sticker. It says Masters of the Universe, X Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That is a clear sticker right there slapped onto the bubble. Down here on the bottom right we have the Mattel logo, and we do have a comic book back there. It says Belly of the Beast, and then it says Man in parentheses. Not sure if you could see that. It's kind of hard to see through the bubble, but we've actually seen, did I just say bubble butt? We've actually seen this comic book in our previous video when we opened up Ram Man. Flipping over to the back, we have an incredible painting. Take a look at this painting. This is beautiful, right? We have the Grayskull bricks up at the top right, which are purple and have like, or they're green, but they have like a purple light hitting the top side or the front side of them. Masters of the Universe logo at the top left. Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo on the top right. And look at all of these characters. We have a play on Fakor and Slash called Slackor. I believe this is the deluxe action figure. Super excited to get another deluxe action figure from this toy line so that we continue getting parts for Roboto / Metal Head. Metal Botto, I think his name was. At the top right, we do see Skeletor, and he doesn't have that green armor on that we saw in the comic book for Ram Man. Then we see Shredder, and Shredder's in his armor that we see, you know, this is the armor he's going to come with, and we'll see that in a later video. Includes comic book. Raphael is fighting Slackor. And then we have Snake Mountain right here. Snake Mountain looks awesome. We have some bats. There's like some lava. Just looks intense. Like this battle looks intense. And I love the atmosphere of this picture. With the purple sky and like the magenta in the sky. It's just the colors, like the artwork that Mattel did for the original Masters of the Universe line. Everyone has to admit that that was one of the reasons why we got sucked into it. We'd be in a toy store, we would be in a big box store somewhere, and we would see that artwork, and it just, I love it. I'm drawn into the stuff from the art, obviously. So we also have a cross sale right here. We see this is the entire wave 2 minus the deluxe action figure, which again I think is Slackor. We have Raphael, Ram Man, Shredder, and Beast Man. And then we have this blurb right here about Raphael. And it says that he is using a spare set of armor from Ram Man. So that's why it might look familiar to you. That armor is Ram Man's armor. It was just like a spare set lying around that Raphael found. And it totally makes sense because Raphael, it was hard-headed. Everybody knows that. He was the first one to dive right into a battle, right? Here's the only action picture we have. It's not a sticker, and it says that we can remove the Ram Man helmet. This is the domestic version. Here is the barcode, and let's just rip this open finally. Okay, so this is everything that we get. We get this comic book, and we get the directions on the pieces that we are able to remove and swap with the action figure. We can remove the head, we could take the body apart at the waist, we can remove the arms at the shoulders, we can remove the helmet, we can remove the hands, and we can remove the boots, essentially. And they're removable parts, and it says remove and swap parts. And this looks like it's written in that same really cool promotional font that's typically used for the Masters of the Universe toy line. Very cool. Here's the comic book here. As I mentioned in the Ram Man video, you could definitely find high-res scans of this online, but I'm just going to flip through this in case you want to pause it and read it. So there's a lot of really cool spoilers in this little comic book. You'll see characters from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise and from the Masters of the Universe franchise that hopefully we get action figures. On the back we have a cross sale. We see Ram Man, Beast Man, Raphael, and Shredder. So here's the bubble, my friends. We do have the action figure. We have a few accessories. This one, this giant Sai sword combo thing, is in a band, and I see other bands on here, so we're going to have to get those bands off of here. I'll do that, and I'll get right back to you. All right, we're back. That wasn't too bad. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories first, because these look awesome. This is some sort of hand weapon. It has a hand built into it, looks steel, right? And I'm guessing that his hand goes right inside there, and it has like 3 giant swords on it, essentially. If we compare it to the size of the action figure, it's like a Sai made out of swords. Looks absolutely crazy. These are really soft plastic or a vinyl, so they bend so they won't break easily, hopefully. And then it's like supposed to be like steel, I'm guessing, and all of this is steel. It's riveted. Looks like it's welded together. Like, it just looks absolutely amazing. This part is steel, and then we have this red wrap around it. You know, obviously Raphael's favorite color, he put that on there, I'm sure. So let's take a look at this sword slash Sai right here. If we take a look at its size relative to the action figure, it's definitely a sword that kind of just looks like a Sai. It's made out of, well, it's supposed to be made out of steel. The entire thing looks like it's supposed to be made out of steel. It is a rigid plastic, but it's not too rigid. I'm guessing this wouldn't break too easily. That's good news. The handle doesn't have too much detail on it, but if you think about it, a weapon really only serves one purpose. So let's take a look at the details of the action figure. So let's first look at the head. This helmet looks awesome. It's definitely going to hinder the movement of the head and the posability. You know, the articulation is definitely going to hinder it. You're not going to get much articulation, but it's huge and bulky for the reason that he's going to be trying to ram into his enemies, right? Just like Ram Man, you know, this hard-headed Sai specialist just going crazy in battle. But this is all supposed to be steel. It's riveted, looks great, amazing amount of detail. We do have cuts in it as though he's already been in battle. We have these 2 big red gems on here, and we have like belt buckles that come down that I'm guessing are supposed to seem like they come down to the actual waist belt. We can see the turtle shell on the inside there. Very cool. And yeah, flipping over to the back, he has an actual shell here and a place to store weapons on that shell. The shell is removable, and you can see more of the steel. They even put cuts and details behind the shell. So taking a look at this nice shoulder pad right here, it's definitely supposed to be a turtle shell and supposed to be metal. It has rivets in it, and it's made from a soft vinyl or plastic. The helmet's also made out of a soft vinyl or plastic, And the bandana, which does articulate, as we see here, you can spin it for different poses, very cool. It is also very soft, like a soft vinyl. The turtle shell on the back is a hard plastic. The entire action figure is matte finish, and this just looks absolutely fantastic. Look at that belt. There's so much detail in this. It looks crazy. This part of the loincloth right here is a soft rubber or vinyl, and then underneath he does have an actual like Masters of the Universe loincloth, and the whole thing being matte finish just really sells it for me. I love it. Taking a look at the boots down here, they're red. Obviously, it's his favorite color. He is the red, or the Ninja Turtle rather, that we associate the color red with. He does have bracers that are also red, and they have huge rivets in them. The side of his belt has like a diamond shape in it. It's very cool on both sides. And it goes all the way around. There's a diamond shape on the back also. Let me remove this so you can see better. Right there. And the skin tone is like a sweet pea green, like a can of sweet peas, you know, just that's that color to me. And yeah, just this is a very solid feeling action figure. Very nice. I love the amount of detail that is just everywhere. If you look at this everywhere, it's so rad to me to see a Ninja Turtle with the bulkiness of a Masters of the Universe action figure. Like, look at those biceps and those arms. And these muscles right here, which were in fact part of the Playmates toys. I remember they had these muscles in the forearms also. Very cool. The musculature of the leg looks great. Like the sculpting just looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, so that is the details. Go ahead and remove the helmet. Take a closer look at his face. He does not show any teeth and his mouth is not open. It's just like a typical Raphael mouth pose, I guess you could call it, or expression on his face. The bandana looks fantastic, and his white eyes, man. We all know what it means when a Ninja Turtle has white eyes, right? They're ready to kick some ass. Looking closer at the helmet, like I said, it's like a soft rubber. It's supposed to be all steel with a massive amount of rivets on it. Definitely looks like it's some sort of Spartan helmet or some sort of absolutely crazy warrior helmet with this piece up here at the top meant to be rammed into enemies or, you know, structures or vehicles, you know, whatever. But it's got this notch taken out of the back so that it can go down, you know, and let the bandana come out, which is very cool. So putting it back on is super easy. Taking it off is super easy. And the way it lines up with the eyes is super cool. If we take a closer look at the depth, see how it might be hard to show on film. It's very thick right here. So it's got like a lot of depth from the front of the helmet to his eyes whenever it's on. And it makes the action figure look that much bulkier and that much more intimidating. Just looks absolutely crazy. I love it. These diamonds are just so cool. Nothing is glossy on here, and maybe the braces are a little bit in the belt, but that's about it. I mean, the whole thing is just super nice feeling. I love it. Okay, so let's take a look at articulation. Now, this is going to be typical Origins articulation for this action figure. It's just kind of weird that it's a Ninja Turtle to me. I'm just going to have to get used to that. It's very cool. We're going to start with the head. So we're going to leave the helmet on, and we're going to see that he looks down just a little bit, looks up just a little bit. His tilt's pretty good. Yeah, his tilt's pretty good. And, you know, this is going to be on a ball. This is a ball joint right here. Very cool. So actually, I'm going to leave that off for now. We're going to leave this armor on, and we're going to see that's how far up the arm can go. So that's all you're going to get because of this shell armor right here and the armor right here. It's kind of like jabbing into it. If we take a look at this side, we get a little bit more. He could stick his arm essentially straight out. Can't really go up too far. Yeah, see, if you try to go up, it tries to lift the armor. A typical Origin style, the shoulders are going to be on pegs with hinges so they can swivel and can come out. The elbow, we're going to have a hinge and we're going to swivel. We have a hinge in the palm of the hand and it's on a peg so it can swivel. There's no ab crunch, but we do spin here at the waist. Very cool. And we have these really nice peg ball joints down here for the pelvis area so we can get really nice kick poses. Very cool. Down at the knee, we do bend at the knee with a hinge and we swivel, and then we have a boot cut. Very cool. And this does come off. So you can swap this if you'd like to. I love that about the Origins line. I really wish that that would come to Masterverse, but I feel like it's just too late at this point. That would have been so cool to swap parts with Masterverse action figures like arms and legs and stuff. So down at the foot, we have a hinge right here, so it can go up and down really far, right? And then we have an amazing rocker, so we could get those really cool, you know, leg spread action poses or battle ready poses, and the feet can be planted flat on the ground. So let's go ahead and take this stuff apart. Let's take this off right here and take a closer look here. We do have an imprint of the shell on his back and his skin, which totally makes sense because, you know, if you had something pressed against your skin for a really long time, his whole life, obviously, it's going to do that. Oh man, just the way that this is, it's not painted. Like, this is raw plastic, this green. So I'm guessing this is the actual color of the action figures, the green, and everything else is paint, unless they're separate pieces. And then we take a look at the front. We have huge biceps that are part of the actual undershell of the turtle. And then we can also remove the belt right here, and we can see that iconic belt from Masters of the Universe, and it's just brown, just matches the loincloth, and it's all matte finish. See, it's starting to look a little bit more like a Ninja Turtle, right? Let's go ahead and remove this. Snap that on. Yeah, look at that. It's starting to look like a Ninja Turtle, like a little beefy Ninja Turtle with a huge amount of muscles. I don't know. I think it's cool. I really like the aesthetic of these action figures, and I like the expressions on the faces. Kind of reminds me of the IDW turtles from her heads from Super 7, what came with the Ultimates figures. Let's take a closer look at the shoulder armor right here. See if we could get it off this way. Yes, we can. It's one solid piece. Great. If we could focus. There we go. So there's no like buckle on it. So hopefully it doesn't come off as easy as some of the other armor that we've seen, like on Donatello. Peg holes right here for the shoulders. They point down towards the pelvis, typical Origin style. And you could, like I said, you could remove, as we saw with the directions, you can remove at the boot cut. You can remove and swap hands if need be. But the problem with that is the other Ninja Turtles hands are all going to be the same, and they're not the same skin tone, which totally makes sense because they weren't in the original action figures. This armor's so easy to put on. It's just, you just remove the head and it just slides right on just like that. Boom. No buckles, none of that stuff, and it's actual like hard plastic. It's not really like the Ram Man. I feel like the Ram Man armor was a little bit softer, and just, I don't know, that action figure is one of the highest quality Origins action figures that I've seen so far, like to date. This is awesome, but you know, that Ram Man was just, it was amazing. But these two are probably going to fight. I'm hoping that they fight each other in the comic book at some point, or if we ever get a show for this. So let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories as far as getting them to work with the action figure, right? So if this is going to go onto this hand, if we take a look at this, we can see the thumb on the top in the metal right there. So I'm guessing it goes onto this hand. See, that went on much, much better. Yeah, so that's cool. That looks awesome. That is a crazy looking weapon. That's it's not unlike anything that I've seen so far. This weapon right here, just going to put into the open grip hand. Very cool. I love that. Take a look at this action figure. This looks absolutely fantastic. This is the hard-headed Psy Specialist Raphael from the Turtles of Grayskull Mattel toy line. So one last thing we should test, and that is, can it stand? Yeah, feet are pretty tight on this one. Like, as you see here, I'm tapping it and they're not moving. They're not too tight that they don't move, but they're tight enough to keep him in a standing position, which is very cool. Unlike some of the others that I have. But anyways, that's it. This is the hard-headed Psy Specialist Raphael from the Masters of the Universe X Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mattel Turtles of Grayskull line. So what do you think, my friends? This is the hard-headed Psy Specialist Raphael from the Mattel Turtles of Grayskull Masters of the Universe X Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line. I think it looks fantastic. I'm just super happy to get another Ninja Turtle. Now I have 3, and yeah, so I think it's kind of weird that we only got one protagonist for this, and I feel like even the deluxe action figure is also an antagonist, but that just means that there's a lot more to come from this toy line. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, my friends. If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you'd love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Truly helps out the channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like Raphael. Everyone loves Raphael, right? Drop a comment below letting me know what you think. The Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, X, Masters of the Universe, Turtles of Grayskull, Raphael. Thank you so much, my friends. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, collect and shoot.